I know I haven't been around for a few weeks. I apologize. But I'm back. And when I come back, I come in strong. And that, of course, must mean it is time to get caught up on Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. There's just one itty-bitty problem. Watching this show is a very miserable, unfun experience that I liken to the sensation of having a cheese grater repeatedly smacked against your crotch and then having it grinded while Taylor Swift plays in the background. So yeah, it has not been super easy getting through this show. Also, I've just kind of had shit going on. So I decided, since I didn't want to go another week without recording anything, I decided let's have a little discussion that I've been meaning to have for a while. That I kept putting off because I wanted to see what would happen, but I kind of feel like it's time to make the ultimate hot take. And that is that Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush fucking ruined Yuga. Is that a hot take? Probably not. Let's assume it is. It makes the video sound more spicy. But yeah, we're today going to talk about how this show pretty much decided that they were going to take one of the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Characters ever and just fucking put him through the garbage disposal. So before we do that, though, we should probably start off with where Yuga starts off and where I was at with the character before he came back in this series. So for those of you who don't remember, I fucking love Yuga. This guy is great. Such a fun, unique take on the concept of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist. Just this little smartass who loves to tinker and loves to just sort of set things off and see where they go. It makes for a super entertaining character and a super fresh take on the concept of kid whose entire life revolves around playing card games, because it ultimately doesn't. Yuga is a kid who loves to tinker. He loves to experiment. He loves to expand what he likes to do and just sort of like try things out. Well, the problem is that he lives in an oppressive society that wants everyone to do things their way. So what's a kid to do? Well, he basically just figures out a way to hack into the fucking mainframe and create a whole new way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Why? For the kids! It's all for the kids! Everything's for the fucking kids, right? Wrong! Look, I remember in the earliest of marketing for Sevens, they did use the phrase, dueling's not really for kids anymore. However, that's so fucking lame! Who wants to hear that in their show they're watching? Not adults, and certainly not kids! So, for the vast majority of Sevens, even if it was brought up a couple times, which I don't even fucking remember if it was, they never kept the focus on the idea of Rush Duels being a format for kids or being kid-friendly or anything. Sevens was great because the focus was on just the adventures and antics of the characters. It had nothing to do with any messages about making Yu-Gi-Oh! For kids. What have the fucking kids ever done for me? And so when you start Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, the problem starts very quickly. There is the fact that the duels early on feel very simplified. There is the fact that the characters aren't as interesting or nuanced. We've talked about all this to death. But in particular, when Yuga comes back, the problems become extremely apparent because you now have a character we know to be interesting here. And while his first couple appearances were fun because he was just this random Spitfire coming in to just do whatever he felt like, which is very in line with the character, once he starts getting more screen time and having more focus on him, the problems commence. So pretty much we learn basically a little bit later that he is stuck in this time period because of weird time loop shenanigans that has basically thrown all of time off. He had to recreate Rush Duels or something. It's really convoluted for such a bad show. But where this all ultimately went to was, instead of trying to go home and relive the life with his friends, you know, the entire point of his show, he is going to stay in his weird pocket time dimension thing with the others because he needs to protect Rush Duels for the children. He says over and over again, he needed to make Rush Duels for the kids so they could have something. Again, it's so fucking lame! Compare this to how he talked in Sevens. You always got the impression that Rush Duels were here because he just wanted to do it. He liked seeing how it fucked with society and changed things. But as the show progressed, we also saw how it changed things within himself. Now his friends weren't just there to just be like pawns in whatever weird scheme he had. They were people he learned to care about and love. He learned to love what Rush Duels could do to benefit the people around him and how he himself could be a part of it. Yuga doesn't start off as this kind, virtuous, duel-loving hero Go Rush makes him out to be. He starts the show out as a self-centered little asshole. And what makes his story arc fun is you get to watch him grow into the role of hero whose life revolves around card games. But here, all that nuance and fun and subtlety has been taken away. And you sense that in everyone else's dialogue. In Sevens, you got to see how Rush Duels were shaking up society. But here, it's done in the sense of you just hear Yuga say, Rush Duels are great! Rush Duels fix everything! Rush Duels help the world! Rush Duels, Rush Duels, Rush Duels! That's not fun! That's not interesting! That doesn't make him a likable character! Yuga was likable because he experienced all these things, and we always got to see him like balance off his inner desire to manipulate, but also his own morals and to help people and all that stuff. That's what made him compelling, and you've taken all of it away. You've drained everything that made this character fun. He abandons his friends. He decides to fuck with time so it protects the children? No, it's not fun, interesting, or compelling. This is Konami trying to justify their years of bad decision making and shoving it into the show by saying that, yeah, we changed the entire structure of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime and franchise, but we did it for you, the kids, to buy more Yu-Gi-Oh. It's not like we're the ones who fucked it up in the first place by making all these summoning mechanics. It's like they're saying it's our fault for what has happened, that they just did what we told them to, like we had a fucking gun to their heads as the older player base. No, we complained for years about this too. They made the game like this. They put the franchise in this mess, and they're the ones who turned Vrains into the miserable mess that led to everything basically being needed to be retconned and turned into whatever the fuck it is right now. This is on them, not us. And so, as we are running out of time, I should probably get to what is, I assume, Yuga's final appearance on the show, unless he showed up in Season 3. I haven't gotten there yet. I don't want to, but I'll do it for you guys. We get our big final duel of the season. So, Udius and crew figure out that Quidel was trying to bring Monster Reborn back in an attempt to manipulate brainwaves to bring the Valgyrans back. I don't understand it. Can't he get a regular copy of Monster Reborn? I know I complained about this at the end of Sevens, but it's really fucking stupid and I hate it. But yeah, so they get Monster Reborn back. And Yuga, fucking hero of the year here, just is like, nah, I know this is your one chance to potentially save your entire species, but I would much rather you all go fucking extinct instead of dealing with the minor problem Monster Reborn created. Yeah, the whole time they're playing up the power and evil nature of Monster Reborn, all I could think to myself was, this thing showed up right at the end of the show, created a minor problem you dealt with fairly easily, and you think preventing that is worth letting an entire race go extinct? Please tell me I'm not the only one going insane thinking about this. This doesn't fit Yuga's character. It doesn't fit his story arc. It makes no goddamn fucking sense. And every time it felt like they were going to do something with it, they were just like, oh, he's turning into Otis. Oh, he's turning into Otis. Oh, he's turning into Otis. No! Show me what's making him turn into Otis. Show me what made Yuga get like this. Why has he gone so cold? Why has he gone so dark? Why is he willing to go to such extremes? And what happened to where he was at the end of Sevens? What happened to that final duel where he said, whatever happens next to the world, we just kind of got to let it play out. We create things, we put them out there, and whatever happens, happens. He is literally trying to bottleneck, control, and gatekeep the thing that he wanted the world to evolve with. They have, in turn, in trying to do something interesting and different, because they put no effort into it at all, have effectively ruined one of their best characters and created an illogical, unconsequential mess that is just genuinely unsatisfying and is, honest to God, one of the worst Yu-Gi-Oh experiences I have ever had watching this franchise. Rather, it's because it's a character I love getting screwed over, a plot line that does not work on any functional level, or honestly just a show that I'm fucking tired of watching. This was absolutely fucking horrendous. That being said, the visuals of when Yuhi and Yuamu are having Yuga's memories enter their minds, that was actually pretty cool. And I did actually like the way Yudi has handled the duel with Yuamu. Never getting mad, never getting frustrated with her betraying him. Always wanting to come at it from the perspective of, I am your friend and I am here to help you. I almost feel like you could have had in that moment, Yuga notices this, that's when he comes to, and seeing how Udius's love for his friends and how that triumphs all will help push him through and persevere, maybe rekindle something in him. Maybe reminds him of a time where he believed that. A time where he saw an undescribable supernatural force mess with the minds of the people he cared about, and how the power of friendship and being willing to show your vulnerability and to tell people you care about them was able to surpass that, and how it will surpass this going forward. Maybe the best thing Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush needs to do right now is learn how to be a Yu-Gi-Oh! Show. So yeah, those are my thoughts on just Yuga and what they did to my boy. In the comment section below, I know not everyone likes Sevens as much as I did, or holds Yuga in the high regard I have come to. But if you have any appreciation for this character at all, if you've noticed the decline in writing quality since Go Rush started, and I think a lot of people have, ultimately, give me your thoughts below. Or if you disagree with me, tell me why. Give me that below. And as always, click the like, click the subscribe, and join me next time where hopefully we will have persevered through this genuine pile of sluggy shit.